do this. All right, welcome everybody to Tactical Thursday. It is Thursday, November 7th, and this evening we are going to be going over Replens. If you're not sure what a replen is, that is a replenishable product. It is a, mute that, there we go. That is a product that you can buy over and over and over again and keep sending into Amazon, hopefully profitably. So that's what we're going to be working on a little bit tonight. It's going to be kind of broken up into a couple of sections. We're going to be talking about mindset a little bit, because I think you need to think about it a little bit differently. And then we're going to go into how I actually go and find replens, or would go and find replens on my own. And like right now, I'm not doing this. Right now, I'm doing a fair amount of retail. Matter of fact, I'm looking at a bunch of products from yesterday and today on my shelves that need to go to the prep center. But outside of Q4, this is something that you can do over and over again. So we will dig into that. We will do Q&A, of course. We have got things to give away, which I have not, I am behind the 8 ball here. I have not gotten set up. So let me grab all of that here. I forgot the wheel of names as well. All kinds of behind. So, but we'll be doing replens, and then we will be doing Q&A as well. And let me just get set up, and then we'll get rolling here. Of course, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to stop me. I can usually make my way back to the idea that I was on. I will have a form out here in just 1 second where you can drop your name here. Hey, Rita. Rita is over on YouTube. Glad to have you guys in here. Tactical Tuesday giveaways. Delete those. Okay. All right. So if you want to drop your name in this form, you don't have to drop it. You don't have to drop it in the chat. Can drop it in that Google form. John, what's going on? There we go there, Google form. Hey, Kurt, what's going on? Glad to have you here, man. First time live. Oh, this is cool. Mac checking in from 34,000 feet on a plane. That's awesome. I just dropped a Google form for the giveaways. GDL asked, will we give a course, a Tactical Arbitrage Academy course? Yes, we will do a TA Academy giveaway this evening. I think that I'm going to do one $50 Bed Bath & Beyond gift card. I've got a stack of them here for some sourcing, so I'm going to give one of those away. And we'll give a couple of IP alerts away, and what? Oh, a couple of T-shirts. So we've got a few things to give away. So make sure to drop your name in there, and we will do that. Let's see here. Lindsay, what's going on from Vancouver? Clay from Denver, what's going on? Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to start diving in here. Let me go to this one. There we go. All right. And sorry, I got to grab a few things here, make sure I can see everything. Oh, Leonard, great. I'm glad you like that chart. We were talking a little bit about the my sales rank chart before we went live. The sales rank chart, while it can be helpful, please don't allow it to be your end all be all. It's nice to be able to see how many products are in a category, but remember to use keep a chart, the history chart inside of Amazon or inside of Tactical Arbitrage, and I talk about all of that in the blog post. Let's see, something wrong with Jungle Scout estimate. I don't know. I'm not the owner of Jungle Scout, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Someone wants the YouTube link. Yep, I can grab that. Grab the YouTube link over here. There you go. There's the YouTube link. And all right. I can recognize some people by name on YouTube, not everybody. And then Driss was asking if there is an IP alert coupon. There is actually. If you use, you can use the code FB20 to knock $20 off of IP alert if you wanted to grab that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, either way, you can be here live in the Zoom room or YouTube, whatever is better for you. For those of you on YouTube, if you would do me a huge favor, smash the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm and gets this video out to more people. And drop a comment, hit the subscribe button. All of those things greatly help me out, and I would really, really appreciate it. But let's go ahead and let's dive in because we're about 20 minutes later than usual. So we're going to be talking about replens tonight. And what I did is I actually did a target search before this all started, just to have some things to show you guys. And I want to show you how I set it up. And then we'll actually go through and we'll take a look at some items, and we'll find something that I would probably test. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things you need to think about before you start getting into doing replenishable items. Number one is they're probably not going to be like, I think it was last week or maybe the week before, we found an item at GameStop that made like $100 profit and probably sold like 3 to 5 times a month. Okay, so probably not something you'd replen, but something you could sell during Q4 and make an easy $100 for a single item. Replens are going to be slower and more steady, usually. Okay, and you're probably not necessarily going to go crazy deep on them. Now, there are some folks who they'll only buy items that are selling like 500 units a month, and they're happy to make 50 cents or $1 on them and things like that. You can't get into the Google form for the giveaway. I'll add your name, Joe. Don't worry about it. Let me write myself a note here. There we go. I won't forget about you. So replens are typically going to not be these crazy profit numbers. You can find some that, make 10, 25, bucks, but they're not going to be your everyday items. You're gonna have things that make $2, $3, $5. And the way I like to think about replens is they don't necessarily need to be things that I'm going to buy 50 and I'm going to sell out of my 50 in 30 days and I'm going to be able to replen 50. I'm still going to go with the whole sourcing wide idea. I want to be able to, I'm willing to have 200, 300, 400 items at Amazon that, maybe sell 5 or 10 a month. Because if you can take, let's say you have 300 items, okay? You have 300 different SKUs and they all sell 5 a month, that's 1,500. And let's just say that you make $3.50 profit after everything. That's $5,250 profit, okay? So that brings me to my next point is that we need, especially for those who are newer, we need to realize that Amazon is not a get rich quick scheme. Okay. You're not going to, be in this for 6 months and all of a sudden I'm making $100,000 a month. You know, it is something that you can use to either supplement your income, or you can use it to replace an income. And $5,250 a month in profit would make it so that you're making more than the median annual household income. And of course, we want more than that. I mean, I know I do. So you just keep building on that. Okay, so it's a process where you need to kind of dig your heels in and realize that you're going to grow this over the next 6 months, year, 2 years, and you just keep building on itself. Okay. So those are the things I want you to understand up front. All right. Not a silver bullet, although tactical arbitrage does make it a heck of a lot easier. So now let's talk about actual sourcing. A lot of people will say, oh, well, you can't source at Target, you can't source it, excuse me, can't source at Walmart, yada, yada. And that's just, I don't find that to be true. I know plenty of people who source these places on the regular, or that's their main place to source. And it's definitely possible. We just have to do it a little bit differently. Let's see here. So I set up a target scan, and what I did is I'm going to go in here, I'm going to select target, and when I set this up, I decided to look at beauty and what else did I put health. I also did personal care, and I think I did, where is grocery, and grocery. So those are what I added. I added these to my bulk list. Okay. Got me to 367 out of 500. And someone was asking a little bit earlier, what do these numbers mean by the categories? So if we actually click the little drop down arrow next to beauty, we'll see that there's a 100 next to it. Well, each one of these subcategories is how we get to that 100 number. So we can see there's one beauty and personal care deals, but there's 11 bath and body categories. And if we click that down, we can see that there's a bunch of subcategories, if you will. So that number just lets us know how many subcategories are in a kind of a top level category. And we have to remember when we're making these easy bulk lists that we can do a maximum of 500. So if beauty and personal care were each 200 or 100, then that would be 2 out of the 500, and so on and so forth. So that's all that means. All right. Now, once I get these set up, I went down and I did some source price adjustments. Now, I'm shipping to a place where it has no sales tax. And typically on grocery, you're not going to pay sales tax in most places anyway, if you're focusing on grocery. So I left the sales tax out of here. With a gift card, I know that I can consistently get 7.5% off on gift cards. Okay. So I'm going to use 7.5% for my discount. I'm not going to put the cash back in there, although for cash back, I could get, let's see how much cash back I can get. 5 is an awful lot. I'm going to guess that it's going to be more around the 2% range. Let's see. Rakuten is 1%, giving assistance 1%. So probably only going to get 1, maybe 2% tops for cash back. Okay. The name of this extension is called Rev ROI. Rev ROI. It's an extension that I built actually. So we're not going to worry too much about that. So let's go back. We'll take a look, make sure that there's no better gift cards out there for Target right now. 7.5 is really about the top of the market for gift cards on Target. Ow. Of course, it doesn't want to work. Anyway, yeah, Cashback Monitor is a great place to find cashback miles, points, portals, etc. Rev ROI kind of does the same thing, just in an extension form. So I know that I can get 7.5% back on a gift card, or 7.5% discount on a gift card. So I'm going to throw that in there. I'm not going to worry about sales tax. And then in the remove, I am going to do a remove if estimated sales is less than 1. Now, the reason is that I want to cast a wide net, okay? The whole thing is with Replens is I want to see more, and then I can manually figure things out or take out what I don't want anymore, okay? So what the number one problem that I see is that people are not using discounts, which right now there's tons of discounts every single day. Okay, I'm sure we could go and find even more discounts for Target if we looked hard enough, especially in subcategories and things. But I want to look at an overall long-term strategy, so I'm going to use less. I want to remove if estimated sales is less than 1. I don't want to go any more than that because I want to see everything. If something will sell 5 times a month or 10 times a month, I want to be able to see that. And we have to remember that this is using an estimation, okay? And one thing that I hear all the time is, well, the estimated sales said 20. Well, that could be right on the money. It could mean that it's actually going to sell 50, or it could mean that it's only going to sell 10. It is an estimation. So I want to keep that nice and wide, okay? I put my costs and fees in here, my cost for prepping and packing. I put in 50 cents per pound for shipping, which you can see here. Probably a little low. I probably need to raise that up, but put in 50 cents per unit for prepping, packing, and shipping, 50 cents per pound for shipping. And then the profit and ROI, I also want to cast a wide net. So I put in $1 of profit, and I actually put in 50% ROI. Okay, so that's kind of high. The reason is I do want there to be a little bit of meat on the bone for a replen, but I also wanted to show that you can still get a lot back when you have a higher ROI. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Now, on the other filters, the only thing that I did here is I did also show Amazon out of stock results. So if Amazon is out of stock, meaning there's no third-party listings, there's no Amazon listings, it'll still show me the item. I turned off the also show reverse search results for more sources. However, you could turn this on. I just didn't want to do it for this particular search because I already have like 6,000 items in there for us to be able to look at. Okay, so I didn't want to overwhelm us. Let's see here. Is TA using its own algorithm to estimate the sales per month? Yes, it is. When using 50 cents per pound for shipping, what is usually your unit count when shipping? So, I mean, it varies. There will be times when we're shipping in 250 units. There's times when we're shipping in 500 units. I mean, it just depends, to be completely honest. Typically, it's over 150 though. Like, although this week I did do one really quick shipment today. It took me like 5 minutes to pack, I don't know, 90 items, but it was all one ASIN, and I just packed it in a box and threw it in there. Let's see here. If you have 2 different software giving you different daily sales, what do you recommend to gauge daily? Honestly, so I think that the estimated sales has been a very not a great thing. It's been a bit of a handicap to Amazon sellers. Okay, it's cool, all right. However, we focus on it too much. I think what we need to look at more is we need to look to see if there's velocity in the Keepa chart or the history chart, and then we need to do some of our own testing. Okay. So like, for example, I'm going to show you guys a product here a little bit later that I would actually test out, where it's only going to cost me like 15 bucks, maybe, no, maybe 10 bucks to test. Okay. But yeah, that's the whole thing about the estimated sales. None of them are right. Like Alex has done an incredible job. He hired some level 11 mathematicians to come in and help him figure it out. But because there are so many moving parts to products that sell on Amazon, the ranks go up and down. The ranks are not caught every single second, so they update every hour, but they're not always checked every hour. Okay, they might be checked every couple of days or once a week, because even Keepa has to go in and scrape that data, which they're doing from our extensions. Okay, so there's a lot of moving parts, but yeah, like Will says, the only thing you can really do is look at Keepa and then test. How do you determine velocity? We'll talk about that when we look at some products. We'll look at a number of things. If you select 500 for your first scan, is there a way to start your next scan at 501 for the next 500 rather than select them manually? You would need to create your own. You need to create your own bulk list. Is what you need to do. Sorry, your name's getting cut, Ted. You need to, but we could talk about that another time. So this is how you get a Replen scan set up. Okay, simple, wide open filters, cast a wide net. All right, and this is just Target. We could do a bunch more. Can you put a 30-day average rank on Tactical Arbitrage? I don't think you can do that anymore. No, you cannot do that anymore. And the reason being is that Amazon made some changes, and so there were certain things that had to be removed, and that was one of them. The average ranks had to be removed. Now, well, that's not true. You can use average ranks here. I'm sorry. So yeah, you can use your average ranks, 30 and 90 days. But I still wouldn't necessarily do that. I would really want you to keep it really wide open. Now I guess you could go like average 30-day 500,000, but you really want to keep that filter wide open. That's why I'm just using one for the estimated sales. It's easier, really. Sorry, I was mistaken on that. All right, so let's go take a look at some of the data that's come back, and then we'll get back to that. How do you determine velocity here? I go to the saved list. So what I did is I put these all into a saved folder so that we could look at them without that, because this scan is still running. There is not a way to get I mean, you can get a 10-day trial with an affiliate code. Mine is clear the shelf, all one word, to get you a 10-day code. But other than that, there's not a way to get anything longer than that. 10 days should be enough for you to be able to pay for your trial, or pay for the first month anyway. All right, let's go to this Target Replen scan. We see I have 6,809 items in this Target Replen scan. It's been running since this morning. Now, on this particular page, let me widen this just a touch. On this particular page, I have got some other filters set up, or I do. So I have this, I have the gross profit in here from $2 to $10, okay? And then I put in a gross ROI from 40 and above, and then I have it sorted. I'm running a 10-day cache. I always run a 10-day cache. You could do this live. I mean, the cache doesn't matter too much. Do it any way that you want it, but I always run 10-day cache for speed, and then I can update later on. It only takes a second or two. Okay, so the way I have this set up is I've put in a gross profit filter from $2 to $10. Okay, I put in a gross ROI filter of 40 and above, and then I sorted by gross ROI lowest to highest. So we've got 43 here, and then it goes on and so forth. Now, the reason I did this is I don't want to see everything at one time. So this is showing me 1,620 entries. I don't want to see all 6,000. The ones that have like a 1,500% ROI are probably going to be maybe multi-packs that didn't get caught, or all kinds of things. So I'm going to look at those later. I'm going to try to find the lower hanging fruit, and then I'm going to dig into a little bit of the other things. Okay. So when you're going through your data, you want to go a little bit slower when you're looking for replens. Okay. So this particular item here, it's a Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice, $5.99, and looks like it's on Amazon at $14.33. There was a reason I passed over this one. Let's see here. First thing I always want to do is I want to check the history chart, and this is one of the ways that you can check velocity. I have mine on 90 days here, and we can see that this green line is moving up and down quite nicely, and that means there's a lot of velocity to this product. It's selling through. We can also see that the buy box line is fairly flat, and that's another thing we want to see. We want to see that the buy box is not it doesn't swing. It's not really volatile, okay, because we want products that we can buy over and over again. Now this particular product showing $16.49, I can get my 7.5% discount. For some reason tax came up, which it shouldn't have. 3-in-1 fiber, 3-in-1 fiber, those look the same. Packaging may vary, but we're looking at $16.05, and currently it's at $31.34. Okay. Now a lot of people would be like, oh, well, that's almost 100,000 rank. I'm not sure if I want to go for that, but you can test this. You can test it really, buy 5 of these and send them in and see what it does. Okay. This particular product looks like it would make about $7 profit. Okay. So we found one that this would be one where I'd actually go in and test it. Okay. And if we look at the Keepa graph, this is the other place I go and check things. So we look at the Keepa graph. We can verify the sales rank. We can see that this thing is moving quite nicely. And then all these pink boxes are where the buy box has been recorded by Keepa. And we can see that that's fairly stable. It's come down a little bit, but it's fairly stable. Code for 10%. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. What code for 10%? So this would be an item that I would take a look at and see if I could. Oh, actually, see, it's a 2-pack. So this one now is out the window because we're looking at $32. So I didn't see that, and it doesn't say that in here, as you can see. Jurgis has a good question. Is 3 months long enough timeline to determine whether it's replenishable long term? I'd probably look a little bit. I'd probably look a little bit further out. I would probably take a look at maybe 180 days to see a little bit more. But 3 months will give you. 3 months really should give you enough data. Okay. So, and yeah, like Will says, this is why we go slow. See, because this doesn't say 2-pack right here, and we found that it's a 2-pack when we go to Amazon. Okay. Let's see here. I will show you guys one that I found earlier, but I mean, this is as hard as it is. Okay. It really is not rocket surgery. It's just not the really fast pace that we're used to going. And I'm sorry, the code is clear the shelf. That'll get you a 10-day trial to Tactical Arbitrage. All right. So this particular product right here is that, even though it doesn't have a lot of history, this looks like something that could be really interesting. But when we go and look at it, it's 100 count compared to a 300 count. So this one is out. Okay. And let's see here. 11.4, 11.4. Okay, this would be something that could be interesting. The velocity is not bad on it. It's not crazy. All right, doesn't look like it's selling a ton. okay, but it's selling. And we've got 470. The buy box looks to be 14. It makes $2.34, and the price on it looks nice and flat. Okay, let's make sure it's not a multi-pack or something. You can see the buy box is suppressed, so that will slow it down a bit, and it looks like the price has come down a bit. Someone is probably trying to get the buy box back. So what we can see here is there were buy boxes back here at 11.19, and someone's trying to get that buy box back by dropping that price back down. Okay. Does the difference in the photo make me question it? Typically, no. So, let's take a look. Let's take a look on Target here. So, as long as everything is the same, all right, we see that there's a white cap here, okay, and there's a blue cap over on Amazon, and it looks like the this is a little bit different. So they've updated their packaging a little bit. That wouldn't really bother me. Everything else is the same. I'd want to make sure that my bullets are the same. Okay, I want to make sure the description looks the same, and I would be okay with it personally. Okay, 11.4 ounces. That all is fine to me. Let's see here. Do I pay extra for the upgrade to keep a chart? Yes. They gave us a lot of data for free for a really long time, so I feel like they deserve it. They deserve my 15 bucks a month or whatever, and I'm just so used to having the data here on my screen that I absolutely want to have it. Let's see. Do you put the in stock in a separate file for later? I would probably put those in a separate file for later so that I could come back to them or have them auto checked. I mean, the other thing was 6,000 items in here. I could get rid of them and have no problem. Let's see here. Just curious, been seeing some items where it wants me to buy from Amazon, then sell it higher on Amazon. Yeah, if you buy it from Amazon and then sell it higher on Amazon, that's called an Amazon to Amazon flip. That is absolutely okay as long as you're doing it inside of terms of service. You're not using your Prime membership, and you're not taking any kind of Prime benefits. So Amazon to Amazon flips are absolutely perfect. Let's see here. Do you ever filter out packs, count, bundle, etc. prior to running the scan? I do not. I'm willing to see things that are not quite right because I may find a diamond in the rough that no one else sees. Monos Dragons, is there a discount code for RevSeller? Yeah, actually, I do have a discount code for RevSeller. RevSeller discount is Pro20. Oops, Pro20. Let's see. Is there a way to remove the item from the search list if it's a bad item so that I don't have to see it again? Yes, you can absolutely do that. Let's say, for example, that I did not want to see this Broncolin ever again. What I can do is I can exclude the brand, okay, or I can exclude the ASIN. So if I click that exclude button, I'll never see that ASIN again. Let's see. Would you still buy if there's no buy box? So there's a couple of people asked about no buy boxes. Yes, I'm not too worried about there not being a buy box, okay? Now, I realize going in that by not having a buy box, the velocity is probably going to slow down, okay? So if we look at this over a year, we can see back here that when there was a buy box and the price was also lower, the velocity sped up, okay? And then we can see here the price went up and the velocity slowed. However, it was a little bit faster than what it is right now without a buy box at all. So you will see the velocity slow down when there is no buy box. However, if I can see that it's still selling, I'm willing to sell it. Okay. So there's a couple things to think about if you're going to be going on something without a buy box. The thing without a buy box is this is $14 for a prime seller. Okay. So we're looking at 14 bucks, not that 1183. The number one filter used on searches is prime. I do it. I know other people that do it. And Amazon has even come out and said that that's the number one filter that's used. So in this particular case, there's 9 total sellers. There's only one FBA offer, okay? And that seller selling at 14. They're likely getting most of the sales at 14 compared to the people who are selling FBM, okay? The extension I'm using for these fees, that's Resale. Can use code PRO20, get you a 30-day trial and then $20 off your first year. And Resale is a killer tool. So you're going to be able to sell it at a higher price. You're only going to be really competing against one other person, and you're in here. Even though there's no buy box, people are going to buy more likely prime because they can get it in a day. Now they can get it in a day, and they don't have to worry about dealing with Ma and Pa Smith storefront to return the item. They can just deal with Amazon. Okay. Does Tactical Arbitrage go by image, description, or UPC code to match? So it depends on the store. And the way that I have mine set up is with Target, it goes by UPC first. If there is no UPC or there's not a match for the UPC, because even though Target is a UPC store, not all of their products actually have UPCs, then it goes and it looks for the image and title match as well. Let's see. I don't think that. So another thing that was asked was, is there going to be a race to the bottom with a suppressed buy box? Not necessarily. You're going to see it sometimes because people are going to try to get the buy box back, but typically no. It's not in a lot of cases. What I consider the price this was when Amazon was selling it before I purchased. As of right now, no, because this was all the way back in March and they haven't been on it since. So I'm going to guess that they're probably not coming back in stock. That's my feeling on it. They're probably just not going to restock this. This item's hazmat. That's another reason to go slow. So this particular item is hazmat. I cannot open up my hazmat checker because you guys would see all of my my information. What's going on when I see several FBM and Amazon is also there with 999 inventory and no FBA sellers? Just avoid those. So if Amazon's at 999 sellers, I'm probably going to, or 999 in stock, I'm likely going to avoid it unless I see that Amazon is sharing the buy box. So, for example, we recently, within the past 3 months, we sold an item where Amazon was on the listing, and Amazon was on the listing, but Amazon was sharing the buy box because third-party sellers were actually selling it about $2 less than Amazon. And this item was ranked sub 20,000. So we went and we cleared out 3 local stores of all of them. We sent in like, I think we sent in like 100 units and we're able to sell through it. So whether or not I buy something with Amazon on the listing, it just depends. If there's no other FBA sellers, I want to find out why. Is it because the item is hazmat? then I'm hazmat approved. So if I can afford the shipping, then I would still sell it. The way to find out if Amazon is sharing the buy box is to look at the Keep a chart, number one. You can see right here, okay, that the seller, the buy box seller at this time was HBA marked. Now over here, we can see that the buy box was FBA, okay? And if we click on it, we can actually see that KNS Express was the one selling the product, not Amazon. But here, it was Amazon. And let's go back through these all here. Looks like Amazon was holding the buy box most of the time. So you just go through those Keepa. Let's see. When you actually purchase and do repricing, do you put the original buy cost and add cash back later to your P&L, or do you put the discounted buy price and never add in your cash back? Well, I have to account for the cash back eventually. So what I do is when I get cash back once a quarter or whenever they pay, it just goes in as income into my accounting software. But when I'm using discount gift cards, then I'm actually going to be able to I'm actually going to go in and put the discounted price. So if I could buy this product for, if it's $10 and I can get a discount gift card of 20% off, then I'm going to actually go in and use an $8 price for my product. Yeah. GD, I'm not sure who GDL is, but GDL on YouTube says, don't remember, you can go in and get a closer look in the Keepa graph. So like if I wanted to see back here, if I wanted to see some more data, I can actually left click and scroll over, and now I can see just this data, this section right here, okay? Let's see here. Yes, I do use QuickBooks for accounting. You can hover over the buy box pink circle. Yep. You wanted to see the filters again. Yeah, we can look at those filters again. But I actually want to show you guys a product that I found. Okay, here's one. This honey pot sensitive feminine wash. I did check these already. This would be one that I would test out. You could look here. You can look here that it doesn't sell a ton, okay, but it is selling. And we can see here over 180 days that it is moving, okay. We can get it for $8.99, and it's currently selling for looks like 1946. We can see that the buy box is suppressed. It's 286,000 in health and household. And the FBA sellers are at 1946, so $8.99, be about $4 left over. Okay, this would be an item where I would send in a few. Okay, and I would test these ones out. Okay, because it's not selling a ton, but it is selling. And the other thing, one of the other things we have to think about is you can see here that there hasn't been a buy box on this for a long time, but it does move. The sales ranks move, okay? But the other thing is this got 48 ratings. It has 48 reviews on it. And if you're getting one review for every 50 sales, then, you know, that's 2,400 sales at least. If you're getting one review for every 100 sales, that's at least 4,800 sales. So this thing, I would imagine, is moving faster than what the Keepa chart shows. Okay. We can also see the number of sellers is changing. And a lot of people are, I can guarantee a lot of people are passing over a product like this because it's just not a sexy product. Then there was another one, which I found a little earlier. Frank is wondering if I think the Earth is flat. No, the Earth is not flat. The Earth is a cube. Saw that on a meme not too long ago. Let's see here. Amazon's on this, so we're going to pass over that. This one I would look at. Here's another honey pot. I think this one's a little bit different flavor or something. I don't know. These sizes don't match up. I checked those already. Here we go. This is one that I think a lot of people would absolutely pass by. Okay. This is a first is a glass bottle. Okay, so that would probably scare people. And there's not a ton of profit, and it doesn't look like it sells an incredible amount. Okay, but we can get this particular item for, sorry, things move a little slow here. Let's see, we can get this particular item for $3.39. All right, so this is $3.39. We're going to multiply that by 0.925 for my 7.5% off. And I'm looking at $3 in profit here. Now, I am going to have to bubble wrap the heck out of this, or maybe bubble wrap it and put it into a box of its own. So I'm probably going to be out another 50 cents in packaging here. So this particular item, I could probably make $2.50, maybe $3 on if I can get some cheap materials. This item doesn't sell crazy, but it does sell, and the number of sellers is low. Okay, so this would be an item that I would probably test out. Going to be something that I think a lot of people would absolutely pass over. Let's see here. When TA states the buy box is suppressed, should you stay away? No, not necessarily. You can still gauge the velocity with Keepa. Okay. You could just, if we just take out these buy boxes here, if there are no buy boxes, then we just still gauge the velocity with Keepa or with the history chart. Okay. Let's see here. Do I look or take in consideration the percent rank? So that's a great question. Like this particular item here is in the top 6%. I'm not really worried about that. No. I can see, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, it's in the top 6%. That's pretty bad for grocery. I'm not going to go with this. But if we look, it does sell. Okay. It's got, it has sales rank that moves on it. It doesn't have any reviews currently. Okay. But it's moving. I can tell that it's selling. So I'm not really worried that it's in the top 6%. I don't exactly know the way that they figure out their ROI calculation with RevSeller. I'm not 100% sure because if I'm spending $3.39 and I'm going to make $3 back, to me that's a higher ROI than 26%. Marianne, thank you for the reminder. Yes, if you guys are on the YouTubes, please do hit the gently smash that like button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. It means a lot if you do that. Let's see. The other question I had here was, what minimum margin and ROI do you go for? That really is going to depend on the particular product. So, for example, I sent in some products today that sell, like, they're probably selling 50 to 100 units a day right now. And I think that they were like a 12% or 15% ROI. It wasn't a lot of money, but it's easy money. And I'll be able to make that 15% ROI. I spent a total of like $600 on this one product. And in, I don't know, let's see, it'll take a week to get into Amazon. And then they'll probably all sell out within 5 days. So within 15 days or so, I'll have made 15% on my money. So I'll take that all day. If it's going to be a product where I'm going to sit on it for 60 days, I'm going to want a higher ROI. But I would be willing, I'm more than happy to take 20% on my money all the time, as long as I can continue to roll my money over and over again. Can you touch on getting ungated in topicals and vitamins? After let me know a little bit more of what you want to know, Tom. I'd be happy to talk about it. Uh, it's not incredibly hard to get ungated. You just have to have what Amazon asks for. The product I just sent in, I'll just send you the ASIN privately, Frank. Let's see here. Yeah, 15% in 15 days done twice a month is 30% in a month. And that's kind of the way we have to think about this. If I can, so I have daily payouts, which I know I've mentioned in the past. So my cash flow can be a little bit faster in a lot of cases. So I can take a lower return or a lower ROI, but if I can turn that money more often, if I could turn it 2 times a month, it's probably not really possible to turn it 3 times in a month anymore. Just because of the time it takes for things to check in. But if I could do it twice in a month, and I take 15% on $100, and I could do that twice, well, now I'm making a $30 return on my $100 investment. There's just not many places you can do that. You're probably not going to do that in the stock market. You're probably not going to do that doing day trading. With penny stocks or anything like that. Let's see. You mentioned a code. Claudio says you mentioned a code for RevSeller. The code for RevSeller is PRO 20. PRO 20 will save you $20 there. How often do you reprice items that you've already repriced? I let my repricer handle it. So as often they could reprice it 1,000 times a day. It doesn't matter to me. Now, if we're talking about when do I liquidate it in 90 days. 90 days is when I take it and I start knocking the price way down. Do I look at Amazon's recommendations? Absolutely not. Amazon's recommendations are horrible. They want to get you your price down as low as they can, etc. Yes, I do currently use the Aura repricer. And Alfredo says, what is a repricer? A repricer is a software that will keep your prices competitive based on your rules. So, for example, if I sent this product in, I would have this set so that I match the buy box price, okay? And I have minimums and maximums. So if this person decided to bring this down to $14.47, as long as they have at least a 90% feedback score, then I would go down to $14.47. But let's say that I put my minimum price as $14. Well, if they decided to take it to $13.99, then I would stay at $14 and wait for them to come back up. What do I mean by liquidate 90 days? At 90 days, I'm willing to sell items even at a loss. So I have a liquidate rule which will match the buy box price and give me a negative ROI. I'll do like negative 20% usually, just to try to get it to move, because I still make mistakes. So I liquidate at 90 days just to get some money back and turn that into a better decision. What do I set as far as ROI when I first send it? 15% is my minimum ROI. How do you keep track of a product's 90-day lifespan? You could do that in Inventory Lab. I mean, it's sort of manual. There's no choice, or there's a bunch of ways you can do it. You can do it inside Seller Central. You can do it in Inventory Lab. I'm pretty sure I'm not the best with Inventory Lab. I'll be completely honest, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to set up like a reminder in Inventory Lab. And Joel is right. Seller Central will tell you when it gets open. Let's see here. How is Aura better than Be Cool? So, um, I know people who absolutely love Be Cool, and then I know other people who have had tons of problems with Be Cool. Um, I like the guys behind Be Cool. You know, they're a couple of college kids. I know that not Be Cool, Aura, a couple of college guys who are trying to really create something that I think is going to do an awesome job. So I think I just think it's a good program. I've heard what people say about Be Cool. I don't know 100% if they're right, or if it was their rules that were incorrect. So try out both is what I would suggest. Ah, good. Scott told me the reason my rip seller showing a low ROI is in the settings. I probably have my ROI method changed from the default of buy cost only. That's most likely the case. Matter of fact, we can check. Let's go back and check it. There we go. My buy cost only now puts my ROI at 96%. Yeah, that's great. I had it set to buy cost plus expenses or something, I think. Let's see here, Christopher. But if the price in buy box is USD 11, ROI 0, I'm not sure what you mean there, Billy. Uh, yeah, the Technical Academy has been out for a long time, but it's stayed fairly up to date. I do need to go make some new videos for it. Um, um, we may do a Black Friday deal on it, but I'm probably not going to reprice a Tactical Arbitrage Academy. I really think the value is there. It's not really that expensive in the scheme of things, especially with the amount of people who tell me that it's helped them so much. I don't think we charge very much for it. At a 15% minimum ROI, isn't it hard to be profitable after prep fees, shipping fees, refunds, and overheads costs? Is the trick just to get bigger vol? Yeah, so at 15% ROI, I am including my prep fees and things like that in my costs. Okay. So like when I put in my cost, uh, I'll put in, let's say $3 plus, let's say this cost me 50 cents to prep. So now it's 350. Okay. So that all goes in there. I'm looking for 15% minimum after expenses. And yeah, refunds, shipping fees, like that's all, you just have to sell enough to cover that. I don't think you can, uh, I think if you focus on one single product too much, then you're going to have analysis paralysis all day long. Is this if I sell 10 of these and 2 of them get returned, then I'm not going to make any money on all of them, and well, now what are my chances of the item getting returned? And you can't really know that. So you have to make the best decision you can. And if this is something that got returned 4 out of 10 times, then I would move on from it. Okay. um, and I look at the business as a whole. I make sure that I'm making money on the whole rather than like every single ASIN 100% of the time. On average right now, making 10 sales per day and 1 refund. The refund puts me nearly even for the day. Then I'll be honest, your product mix is probably not good. I don't know what your product mix is, but it sounds like you're selling some products where you probably shouldn't. Yeah, I use ROI in my repricer. Let's see here. VA software. Can you get Inventory Lab in Canada? I'm not 100% sure. I would need to check their website, to be quite honest. Are there any specific issues or conditions on selling groceries? This is a great question. So if you're looking at groceries, one of the things is you have to be cognizant of expiration dates. For example, there were some items that I recently purchased. It was a chocolate item, and it came from the store. It came from the store with an expiration date of December the 1st. Well, I can't send that into Amazon. There's no way you can do that. You can absolutely send groceries to a prep center and sell on .com. That's no problem at all. Let's see here. Do you think it's good to do tactical arbitrage on Nike's website? If Nike is available in TA, yes, I would certainly do it. If I am testing out, this is a great question. If I'm testing out a new product, I would say 5 or 10 units is what I would go with. 5 or 10 units, unless I'm really sure. Okay. But if I'm testing a product, I would test 5 or 10 and then replenish it. Oh, great. Thanks, Scott. Scott and Sylvia both checked. Inventory Lab is not available in Canada. I'm sure there are other things like Seller Board, et cetera, and so on that probably work in Canada or with .ca anyway. Yeah, Sylvia says I'm sure there's some software for .ca. All right. So, what other questions do you guys have? Because that really is. Oh, we could start going through and looking at more and more items, but this really is all there is. Do I focus on spending goals per day or products sourced per day as far as daily, weekly goals? We have like a weekly spend goal that we try to stick to. Whether the products come from Replens or from doing this time of year, we are much heavier in retail arbitrage, just because there's money just sitting on shelves, and so we go out and we do retail arbitrage as much as possible. But we try to spend, we try to have a weekly spend limit. In tactical arbitrage, if you previously excluded an ASIN or a brand, how do you get it back? It's a great question. So if you go to your saved list, if you go to your matches, what you can see in here is you go to mismatches or edited ASINs, and if you mismatched it, it's in here. If you actually excluded it, you need to go to your settings and then unexclude it from your settings. I can't show you how to do it right now, just because if I take you there, it'll show you my storefront ID and all that. And but what I'll do is I'll show you at the beginning of next week. What's up, Ryan? What's the biggest amount at a store checkout for RA? I think it was $4,000. 4,000 was my biggest RA spend. The purple highlights means that this is a multi-pack. So this particular item is a 4-pack. Pack of 4 here, and it got edited to a 4-pack here. I'd love to say that $4,000 is a lot of money for like an RA spend, but I know guys who they've dropped like 15,000 at a store. Like I'd love to be that level. I'm just not there. Let's see here. Have you thought about doing some wholesale? That is more of the going to be the more focus for 2020, and that's what I said at the beginning of 2019 as well. But 2020 is going to be the year of wholesale. Do we ever find leads on TA and then go do retail arbitrage? Absolutely, especially this time of year. This time of year, finding things at Target and Walmart and Kohl's, and then actually going out into the stores. It's absolutely a good time to do that kind of stuff. If you buy the product on target.com, how do you calculate the shipping? I try to hit the spending limit for free shipping on most orders. So like Target is like I think 35 bucks, Walmart's 35 bucks, gets you free shipping. Yeah, Sierra Trading Post is $99, that kind of stuff. Watermelon 92, you spent 11,000 at the Friends and Family Nike outlet. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Can you send in chocolate or would it melt? Would a candy with a shell be a better option? Oh, so this is a question from a Florida dweller to another Florida dweller. Can you send in chocolate or would it melt? So what I do with chocolate, I sent in some chocolate today, is I took it from my house. I didn't send it to the prep center or anything like that because I bought these retail arbitrage, so I didn't take it to my RA prep center. I loaded them up myself. I took them straight over to the UPS store, and I'm hoping that will handle it. This is my first year in Florida. Well, that's not true. I was here last Q4, and I didn't have any issues. So we'll see. Shelled candy is going to be better, but I'm gonna give it a shot and see what it does. Can we look again at the product filters on the product search tab? Yeah, absolutely. Again, they're minimal. Okay. So I make sure to put in my source price adjustments. I want to put in my discounts, any discounts that I can get. Gift cards. I'm not using any cash back, but I am using gift cards. And then state sales tax. If you're paying that, of course, you want that in there. On the remove section, all I did was the remove if estimated sales is less than 1. My cost and my fees are in here. My profit and ROI is in here at $1 and 50% ROI. You can actually go much looser on the ROI, but I didn't want to have 20,000 items in the view data page. And then in the other filters, all I put in here was also show Amazon out of stock results. However, if you're doing this for yourself, I would do also show reverse search results for more sources, because you might as if Target has something, but you can get it at Walgreens and Kmart, and well, don't buy from Kmart. Walgreens and Walmart and Kohl's, then I absolutely want to see those as well. Let's see here. Have you done any products that you have created a listing? Not in a really long time. I typically do not create my own listings, although I'm thinking about changing that up. Let's see. Yeah, Amazon would absolutely sell it if it was melted. I can guarantee their quality control is not good. The issue that I've always had with Kmart is I order widget A, and they actually send me widget B, C, D, F, and Z instead of widget A that I ordered. I've literally never had, like, I'll order 5 of one product. I'll order 5 raspberry diet Snapples, and I will get 1 raspberry diet Snapple, 3 peach diet Snapples, and 1 lemon. Do a giveaway, a phone call with me? Oh, maybe. All right. Before we do any more Q&A, I want to share this one more time for the giveaways tonight. We got a $50 gift card to Bed Bath & Beyond. Gonna do 2 IP alerts, 2 tactical arbitrage shirts, and we'll do. We've got 3 poly bag or 3 sets of 100 poly bags, of course, and we'll do 1 tactical arbitrage academy. All right, let's see here. Maybe next week I'll do a phone, or we'll do like a one-on-one call or something. All right. So I think things are slowing down. I'm going to go ahead and give everybody just another minute. And then we're going to do the giveaway here, giveaways. What is the link to TA Academy? It is just tactical-academy.com. Frank needs a TA membership or a t-shirt or a hug. Hugs are free, my man. If you're around the Maitland, Florida area or the Orlando area, I got hugs for free. Will's right. You do get what you pay for. Oh, Fernando says my cash only goes to 5 days. Why would that be? That's a great question. So, Tactical Arbitrage several months ago changed the pricing structure. So you get to pay less money, but you don't get a 10-day cash. The plan that I'm on is a little bit more expensive, and it's old. You can't get it anymore, but it gives a 10-day cash. Christopher Cruz, don't be hugging people in Florida in July. Back sweat comes in gallons. It is, I'll tell you, I am enjoying Florida. I love, my heart is always going to be in Ohio. But I have acute chronic laser eyes. All right, let's give some stuff away. Let's give some stuff away here. All right, I'm going to close this, not accepting any responses anymore. I'm going to grab all these names. All right, take them over to the wheel here. Tactical Arbitrage does not have a brick seek option. Oh, and while we're waiting for this to load, for those of you on the YouTube, I am going to remind you one more time, please smash that like button. Helps out the algorithm a lot. And it makes me feel good. All right, let's see here. I'll throw those in there. Now, Joe, looks like you got in, so I'm not going to add your name in there a second time. All right. So let's see here. The first giveaway we're going to do is a $50 Bed Bath & Beyond gift card. Okay, $50 Bed Bath & Beyond. I will mail it to you tomorrow. Hey, Beverly. So you got to be in the U.S. though. So if you're not in the U.S., I'm sorry. James M, $50 to Bed Bath & Beyond. You can use it for sourcing or buying yourself or your wife or girlfriend something pretty. So James M, shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com and I will mail you a $50 gift card to Bed Bath & Beyond. Now, let's give away, we've got three packages of 100 poly bags from Jonathan and his family at iLoveSupplies.com. They are super quality poly bags. I actually just got his new size which is perfect for things like shampoo and stuff. They really are great poly bags. Jonathan at iLoveSupplies.com sends these out for free every single week, so I appreciate him. And Paul Vasquez, sorry, I said that really white. Paul Vasquez, please shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com and I will, I'll need to get your address and we'll get those, or Jonathan will get those poly bags out to you. And let's see, who is the second winner of the poly bags is going to be Abeen. I'm guessing that's Abeen. Abeen, if you can shoot me an email, we'll need your address and we'll get you the poly bags as well. And the third winner of poly bags is Otis. Otis H. If you'll shoot me an email as well, we'll get you taken care of with poly bags also. And now let's do some tactical arbitrage shirts. We'll do 2 tactical arbitrage shirts to give away. Now, if you win, I need the size, the color, and your address so that I can buy them from Amazon and send them to you. Iknan, you got a tactical arbitrage shirt. So shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com and I will get you a TA shirt. And the second winner of the TA shirt tonight is going to be Alfredo. Alfredo, shoot me an email as well, and I will get you taken care of with a TA shirt as well. And now, let's see, is that everything? Oh, no, let's do 2 IP alerts. We'll do 2 copies of mine and Nate McAllister's IP alert extension. Cecilia D, shoot me an email and I will get you a copy of IP alert. Yeah. Chris Cruz has got dad jokes tonight. And Roy B, if you can shoot me an email, I will get you a copy of IP alert as well. And now for the big one, actually, you know what? Let's do 2 more. So I like doing this stuff. So this next person, we'll do like a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom conference thing. We can talk about arbitrage or reselling or building extensions or whatever you want to do. And we'll do it next week. Okay. So the winner of, we'll do 30 minutes is Maurice H. Maurice, if you want to shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com, we'll set up a time. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. We can do screen shares. We can you know, whatever you want to chat about, we can do that. So shoot me an email. 30-minute call about my hairstyles. Dude, hat hair is the only style I got. And the last one is going to be for a free membership to Tactical Arbitrage Academy. We'll do one TA Academy membership. Mike S. Mike S., shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com. I'll get you set up for TA Academy. And that's it for the giveaways this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about Black Friday and how we can make the most of Black Friday. It's going to be some TA. It's going to be some manual sourcing because, well, that's just what you have to do sometimes. So we will be here again next Thursday. And oh, you got TA Academy already? Okay. Mike S. already has TA Academy. So we got to do another winner for TA Academy. Let's see here. Kurt S. Kurt S., you win TA Academy. So Kurt S., shoot me an email, chris@cleartheshelf.com, and I'll get you taken care of. All right, guys. So next Thursday, again, if you're on YouTube, please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know what I can do to help you guys arbitrage better. And I want to be able to bring you the best information available. I do appreciate you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time. And I will see you guys next Thursday night for Tactical Thursday. Have a great one, guys.